I had always been drawn to the mysteries of the past, to the hidden treasures buried beneath the Earth's surface. As an archaeologist, my life's work was to uncover the secrets of civilizations long gone. But there are some secrets that should never see the light of day, and the ancient temple we unearthed was one such abomination. Our excavation team had been working tirelessly in the remote jungles of South America, battling the oppressive heat and dense vegetation in search of a long-forgotten civilization. It was on a sweltering afternoon, as the sun bore down upon us, that we stumbled upon the entrance to the temple, a structure that had been concealed for centuries by thick layers of earth and foliage. The temple was a marvel of ancient engineering, its walls adorned with intricate carvings that depicted scenes of unspeakable horror. It was a place of dark power, a place that had been sealed to contain an ancient evil, and we were about to unwittingly unleash it upon the world. As we descended into the temple's depths, our excitement was palpable. The air grew cooler and heavier with each step, and a sense of foreboding settled over us. But our thirst for discovery outweighed our trepidation, and we pressed on, our flashlights illuminating the darkness. The interior of the temple was a labyrinthine maze of chambers and corridors, each one more ominous than the last. Strange symbols adorned the walls, and the air seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. It was as if the very walls of the temple were alive, watching and waiting. In the deepest chamber, we found what we had been searching for, an ornate altar, upon which rested a grotesque idol. The idol depicted a monstrous creature, its form twisted and nightmarish, and its eyes seemed to bore into our souls. As we gathered around the altar, a sense of unease settled over us. The idol radiated a malevolent energy, a force that seemed to draw us closer, compelling us to touch it. With trembling hands, I reached out and grasped the idol, a cold chill running down my spine. It was then that the earth began to shake, the temple's ancient foundations groaning in protest. The walls seemed to come alive, shifting and contorting in ways that defied explanation. We knew then that we had made a grave mistake, that the temple had been sealed for a reason. With a sense of urgency, we tried to flee the chamber, but the exit had vanished, the walls closing in around us like a vice. Panic set in as we realized that we were trapped, that there was no escape from the temple's curse. As the minutes turned into hours, our situation grew increasingly dire. The temple seemed to feed on our fear and desperation, twisting our perceptions and filling our minds with horrifying visions. Shadows danced at the edges of our vision, and we could hear whispers in the darkness, voices that spoke of suffering and torment. One by one, my colleagues succumbed to the madness, their screams echoing through the chamber as they were consumed by the temple's malevolent power. I watched in horror as they turned on each other, their eyes filled with madness and their actions fueled by an insatiable hunger for destruction. I knew that I had to find a way to escape the temple's curse, to break free from its suffocating grasp. With every ounce of willpower, I focused my mind on the idol, trying to understand its purpose and the source of its power. It was then that a voice whispered in my mind, a voice that was both ancient and malevolent. It spoke of a ritual that could appease the temple's hunger and seal it once more. But the price of the ritual was steep, a sacrifice that would bind me to the temple for all eternity. Desperate and filled with dread, I knew that I had no other choice. I recited the incantation, my voice shaking with fear and determination. The temple seemed to recoil, its walls groaning and shifting as the ritual took hold. As the last words left my lips, the temple's curse was lifted, and the walls began to crumble around me. I was thrown to the ground, covered in debris and dust, but I was free. When I emerged from the ruins of the temple, I found myself alone, my colleagues gone, their fate sealed by the ancient evil we had unleashed. The jungle had reclaimed the temple, burying it once more beneath layers of earth and foliage. I knew that I would carry the weight of what had happened for the rest of my life, that the curse of the temple would forever haunt my dreams. I had unlocked a force beyond my understanding, a darkness that had been sealed away for a reason. As I walked away from the jungle, I couldn't help but wonder about the countless other temples and artifacts that lay hidden beneath the earth's surface, waiting to be unearthed. The past held many secrets, but some secrets were meant to remain buried, to protect us from the ancient evils that lurked in the shadows.